Here we have a local max-min problem without a calculator. Our function is square root of 2 times cosine of x plus x. We want to find the local max-mins, increasing, decreasing intervals of this function. So we start by doing the derivative. We want to find the stationary points, which is where the derivative is 0. When you have a constant in front of cosine, you just leave it there. When you do the derivative of cosine, that's negative sine. So we get negative square root of 2 sine of x. Derivative of x is 1, and we want to set that equal to 0 to find our stationary points. Solving this, we get negative square root of 2 times sine x equals negative 1. Dividing by negative square root of 2, we get sine x equals 1 over square root of 2. Now we recognize this as one of our special triangle situations. This is a 45-45 triangle. Sine of x is going to be positive in the first quadrant. Sine, being SOHCAHTOA, is opposite over hypotenuse. We recognize that as being a 45-45. Sine is also positive in the second quadrant, 1 over square root of 2. We would have a negative 1 there. But again, we have a pi force reference angle, 45 degrees. So this first triangle would simply be pi force. So that is our stationary point in that quadrant. And over here, we are 1 pi force short of pi, and of course pi is equivalent to 4 pi force. So 1 pi force short of 4 pi force would be 3 pi force. Again, we're limited in this problem to the interval 0 to 2 pi. Those are in the directions. And so those are our stationary points where we will consider for local max-min consideration. Now, we'll make our sign chart, put our stationary points on it of pi force and 3 pi force. Keep in mind, we're only going from 0 to pi. F prime is the label I put on the sign chart. I need to pick something over here. I could pick 0. In between pi force and 3 pi force would be pi halves. And on the other side of 3 pi force would be, for example, pi. I want to plug these numbers back into my f prime, which of course I need to go back up to this version of my f prime. So I need to think of 0. What is sine of 0? Now, an easy way to remember sine of 0 is to draw a quick little sine curve. Sine of 0 is 0. Times a negative is 0, plus 1 is 1, that's a positive. Sine of pi halves, of course, is right here, which is at 1. Sine of pi halves is 1, times negative square root of 2 is negative square root of 2, which is negative 1.44, plus 1 is negative 0.44, or, again, negative. Pi, sine of pi is 0. Negative square root of 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Again, we get a positive f prime. So from this chart, I would then finish up the problem by saying that depending what the problem was asking, if I needed to know the intervals of increasing or decreasing, I would say it's increasing from 0 to pi force, and I would say it's increasing from 3 pi force to 2 pi, because our interval goes only from 0 to 2 pi. Decreasing between pi force and 3 pi force. If I was asked for local max, I would say I'd have a local max at pi force, and I would need to write this out, that f prime goes from positive to negative, so therefore f changes from increasing to decreasing. And I would have a local min here at 3 pi force. Since f prime is negative, changing to positive, f would be decreasing, changing to increasing. So there would be the local max and min, the intervals of increasing and decreasing for that function right there.